On a day in which Seattle's season hung in the balance, the Stars stepped up to the plate and produced a dominating win. We're going to talk about that right here on Zach Talks Hawks. Hi guys, it is great to be back with you here on Zach Talks Hawks. This is the place where we talk all things Seattle Seahawks football, and what a great week to come back to you and to talk to you about what all went down between the Seahawks matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and really it was a great performance from start to finish. And I just want to personally thank the coaches on the Seattle Seahawks for watching these videos, because they obviously took my advice, right? Yeah, but all jokes aside, Seattle did exactly what we thought they should do going into this game. Trust their stars and don't overthink the coaching. And that's exactly what the offense, at least, showed that they could do coming out, as Geno Smith has a very effective day. I have the stats here right in front of me. He only missed 4 passes all day long and had 2 touchdowns. And really, Geno Smith focusing in more on Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett had 12 catches for 142 yards on Sunday versus the Jaguars, and really it was a dominating performance from the stars of this team. Bobby Wagner was in on a lot of plays on defense. We saw Jamal Adams really play well in pass coverage, really play well in the box, blitzing, pressuring Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence, after the game, said that, battling the 12s, being out there, it's an intimidating environment, which I found very funny, because just a few weeks ago, Trevor Lawrence was also quoted saying that NFL fans have nothing on what he experienced in the SEC, and he got a dose of what Seattle's finest has to offer, even on a week where Seattle's not been great. They have a few banged up stars, and they really are not at full strength, and yet Trevor Lawrence showed quite a bit, as well as Urban Meyer, their inexperience in working in hostile environments. Time after time, delay of games were the plight of Jacksonville's offensive scheme, and really it took a lot for Lawrence to set in the pocket and find open receivers. I don't know what it's going to take to get the best out of their number 1 overall pick. But if it's firing Urban Meyer, the Jaguars need to do that yesterday, because Lawrence does not look like the dominating player we all thought he would be coming out of the draft. And yet, that can be attributed in some part to a vaunted Seattle performance in all aspects, in their 31-7 win here in week 8. And it's really neat to do these predictions and sit here with you, because I was right. It was great to be able to say, hey, Seattle's going to score 31 points, and they do that, and then they have an even more dominating week defensively than what even I thought they could do. And that was really cool to be able to bear witness to the greatness that is this team coming into its own even before the stars get back. And that's really where this team needs to be. They need to understand that right now it's okay to not play your best football, but you better get right before Russell Wilson comes back. You better get right before the stars of this team come back, because when you do, the expectations are you have to go undefeated to make the playoffs, or you have to win every game but one to make the playoffs. And I feel that with the kind of performance that happened on Sunday, Seattle fans can feel at least a little better. We're going to put it in perspective by saying, yes, this was Jacksonville. They are the second worst team in the league behind Houston, and even I think Detroit's got a lot of fight in them that just Jacksonville does not have. But yet, here we are sitting on the heels of a complete game. I can't remember the last time I watched a complete game from Seattle football. Normally they play teams like this and they play down to their competition so often. And yet, they executed well on offense. Geno's throws were in rhythm. He completed his first 13 or 14 passes of the day. He broke Aaron Rodgers' record for most consecutive passes to begin a game this season. It's crazy to think that Geno Smith is breaking records held by Aaron Rodgers, but here's the twilight zone we live in. And yet, it wasn't just Geno Smith. It was special teams, right? Where it seemed that any time that the special teams unit would have a chance to get in the face of a punt, they would do that. They were all effort all the time. And we even saw the rare onside kick return for a touchdown by Travis Homer. It's good to see him getting some play time, especially that Rashad Penny is still on this team, still getting play time, and you have a guy like Travis Homer sitting in the wings that should get some more time at the running back spot. But he made the best of his opportunity, and special teams definitely shone well on Sunday. And then also defensively, that was a big concern, really, from the cornerback standpoint with this team. What is it going to take to get in the face of these receivers and to disrupt Lawrence as he's trying to build chemistry with his new team, and we don't want to be a team that lets that happen. And I saw corners that played well up in the face of a lot of defenders. Quandre Diggs had another interception. He's great. Pay the man whatever he needs. That just needs to happen. Like I said earlier, Wagner and Adams were in on quite a number of plays, making sure that their heads were on a swivel the whole time. And then ultimately the pass rush. Ken Norton's getting really creative with disguising his coverages and getting after the QBs. The last 2 or 3 weeks, we've really seen a turn from this team defensively, especially in how they play the pass. They're not really sitting back anymore and watching the world go by. We did see that at the only drive that the Jaguars did score, though. Towards the end of the game, Seattle just sat back in their zone. They were very content, and even the rookie picks them apart. So there's still glimpses of holding on to what was, but definitely in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've seen a lot more man-to-man coverage. I've seen those linebackers get a little more creative in their pass coverage, and it's been really great to see kind of the development of this Seattle defense schematically so that they can play in the strengths of the players that are out on the field. Ultimately, where this sets Seattle forward moving into the rest of the season is yet to be seen. However, sitting at 3-5 now, Seattle is definitely poised to make a little bit of noise, and they have a bye week this week in which Russell Wilson's going to heal. The pin's been removed from his finger. He's probably going to come back swinging against Green Bay, and that's really where this team needs to start making statements, where no longer can this team settle for just barely getting by. They really got to come out here and start swinging for their playoff lives. But that's another video for another day. I am so relieved and very impressed over a dominating 31-7 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I hope you are too. I want to hear from you down in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway from this game? What was your biggest strength that surprised you during this game? Was it Geno's quarterback play? Was it the special teams? Was it defensively, Seattle getting in the face of Trevor Lawrence? Maybe for those of you who were there on Sunday, was it the crowd noise? Tell me what you thought of this past week in terms of the strengths of this team, how this team's starting to come into their own, granted against Jacksonville, but yet schematically, from a coaching standpoint, they're starting to trust their players, trust the talent, and that's what is going to have to happen for Seattle to make a deep playoff run this season. I can't wait to talk to you in the bye week over some fun topics when it comes to Seattle football. But until then, keep talking Hawks. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you again later real soon.